would like to congratulate the winner, being the president-elect, the party leader of Kenya Kwanza. And with the inauguration taking place tomorrow, we have been cognizant of a few issues which we feel needs to be contextualized for posterity. Because if I was the one who won, I'm sure these few days that we're having towards the inauguration, I would have used it to focus on unity and the healing of the nation. And as all of us are aware, the presidential-elect mentioned in the public during his speech, which he made after the Supreme Court victory, that he was going to focus on reaching out to his opponents. He was not going to be vindictive. He was not going to avenge even his opponents, but was going to reach out. Actually indicated that he was going to call and work together with his opponents for the betterment of our nation. And that has been the spirit. And actually the reason why we were very quiet. And we've also been reaching out. I know several guys have met him, but as a party and the principles that guides us and other fellow parties who have joined together, we cannot fail to bring to attention to our friend and our brother who is being who is taking oath tomorrow. We need to bring to his attention a number of issues which we feel are very pertinent, especially when he's relating with the political parties and where the constitutional matters are concerned. It came to our attention that his Kenya Kwanza group has reached out to partnership with various political outfits who belonged to other coalitions. And the period or this moment that we are elected in is a moment which is very important, because we've celebrated our constitution, which has enormous provision on how we aspire to have our democratic space to function. Unfortunately, the actions after him being declared the presidential-elect has not been consistent with the Political Parties Act. Because parties, we have choices, and choices have consequences. If I choose to belong to a political coalition, then I must be responsible and accountable. And that is why some of us are neither in Azimio or in Kwanza, because we know of the consequences of being in a coalition. But if we we allow to, processes that adulterate political environment, we feel that such actions may take down or take away from the achievement that we've gained, especially in our democratic maturity. Allow every political outfit to stand with their choices. And this is why the 7 million who voted for him have made a choice, and we respect. And I know also there are 6 million who voted for his opponent, and they should also be respected. And of course, some of us who called for boycott and 15 million did not vote, we are also comfortable with our 15 million. And we would love to see a political environment with effective hygiene. And I think we are politely reminding our brother, even as he addresses the nation tomorrow, to be cognizant that his foundation of inauguration is based on Constitution, which actually has been donated through the citizenship sovereignty, which can be taken back anytime. We can't say it has been given in perpetuity. It can always be taken back. And over and above the suppression of institutions, which I think the fourth estate, you may agree with me, we've operated in an environment where we've enjoyed free media. And in the media arena also, I think we should be allowed to enjoy and do our business freely, with no intimidation, with no fear. And on the fourth estate, I think you should count on me. If anyone feel that we can be intimidated or be cowed, I guess as a party leader, I cannot sit back and watch a media engagement where there is partiality. In the center of Kenya Kwanza manifesto is a public-private sector partnership, PPP, which is said he will uphold and engage private sectors. And I think if private sectors are performing well, we should commend them. We should not stifle them. If parastatals are not functioning right, we don't need to close or put blockage to private sectors who are performing excellently. We should learn from them and bring the parastatals to match them, but not subjecting them to that menial level, which need to be upgraded. We've seen companies like Safaricom performing very well. Each and every one of us, we have our phones. When we want to send money, it goes accurately. But when it comes to public offices like IEBC with expensive KIMS kit, they send tallies which we can't verify to date. We have to go to court to get verification because of people who are infringing on those public offices. And at the center of our constitution is a vision, and this one I'm quoting the vision and mission of registered political party, which is to have a democratic process which is driven by issues, free of populism, free of personism, an environment where institution functions. Because factually, when institution functions, then we can have economic prosperity. Because good democracy is synonymous with good economy. When institutions are not functioning, then our economy is going to fail. And we can't watch when we are seeing measures are being taken which we know are going to jeopardize our economic development, stifling private institutions, especially the media, is uncalled for in this day and age. And those who actually are also calling for resignation, even of the 4 commissioners, we've heard that. Having listened to the Supreme Court judgment, the Supreme Court judgment is very clear and categorical, and I think it also is consistent with the Maina Kiae IBC ruling in 2017, which stated about and defined how the commission should function. Actually, we are so surprised, even before the obiter dicta of the Supreme Court is out. Already, the Kwanza brothers are already vilifying innocent Kenyans, which so far no court of law has proven guilty. I think it is not fair, if I was a party leader of Kenya Kwanza, to allow my team to start attacking media houses, to start attacking independent commissions like IBC, to start going for state agents, even defense, because defense is a very sensitive area, and we have criteria that is merited. And if anything, our constitution is envisaging an environment where merit should be appreciated. And even as we're looking forward to formation of his cabinet, we would advise him, if he wants merit, even some of us, I think listening to us, you know that we know what we believe in, and we can rule this nation. He can reach out to us because we failed to beg kidogo, so we've not rushed to make pronouncements the way others have done. But we would like to see a cabinet that is competent, that is in sync with the current global need, because Kenya is one blessed nation with enormous potential and resources, which just require proper and effective leadership for Kenya to realize its aspiration. But as it stands, the leadership that we're having right now, and all of us must agree, that is the duly elected so far as it stands, and he has been validated and actually been legitimized by the Supreme Court. But we have to protect the gains that we've achieved, which so far some of us are concerned that they're being eroded. So, fourth estate, that has been the content of our speech. And we'll share the same with you. And we try to caution that certain limitations should be taken, especially witch hunt against somebody like Lieutenant Francis Ogola. Lieutenant General Francis Ogola, we feel we are saddened by the online propaganda and the resignation calls on Lieutenant General Francis Ogola, because the Vice Chief of the Defense Force should not be victimized the way they're doing. It is appalling that some elected members of the parliament and leaders allied to Kenya Kwanza team have openly called for Ogola's resignation, insinuating that he was used to influence the final presidential election results and subvert the will of the people. There are legal institutions that are charged with the mandate of investigating such allegations. And I think those are what should be explored. We tend to believe that these claims are part of the plan and the futuristic intention to deny a well-decorated military officer the chances to take the top military job when the opportunity comes. Bringing our KDF officials into muddy waters of politics is quite a cheap agenda and should be condemned at all levels. And in the long run, it will affect our military officials and the working environment, which is not good for our country based on the gains that we've achieved. And on the violation of Political Parties Act and suppression of institution, we take this opportunity to congratulate the President-elect, William Ruto, for winning the presidential elections and the Supreme Court battle. However, the recent efforts by his party UDA to coalesce with the parties and members of other parties and coalitions post-election directly violate the Political Parties Act. And the President-elect has on several occasions accused the outgoing government of state capture. But fellow Kenyans, I think we need to wake up, because this is the real state capture which is orchestrated by the incoming head of state, where the UDA party and Kenya Kwanza Alliance have marshaled numbers from other parties to influence decision-making in Parliament and Senate. So far, we've seen that. And the Kenya Kwanza Alliance has always claimed that they have numbers. Where did the numbers go if they have had to push and pull independent candidates and the parties to achieve their agenda? What happened? This is hatched plan to have a supreme government that will intimidate independent institutions and leaders in the long run. And we are fighting for functional institutions and not populist ones. Functional institutions are synonymous with good economy, while populist ones are known for corruption, impunity, and lack of accountability and bad economy. We are likely to see this in the Kenya Kwanza government, and we would like to condemn such moves at their earliest opportunity. During his acceptance speech, the President-elect indicated that he would work with all leaders and would not be vindictive. However, his actions and those of his allies have been the opposite to what he has said. Actually, we should not start asking right now whether he's peddling lies. Why should media houses be victimized and partially treated as witnessed a few days ago? Because the oath of office of the President-elect, the oath of office he will take tomorrow, is service to all. And we boldly tell him that we are watching and will take relevant action to protect institutions, especially like the media houses. And on the 4 IBCs, it is known, it's now in the public domain that the President-elect and several Kenya Kwanza allies and supporters have called for the sacking and resignation of the 4 IBC commissioners who dissented on Chairman Wafula Chebukati's actions at the tail end of the presidential tallying and result declaration. The Supreme Court was very clear on faulting Chebukati's action that he acted unilaterally and assigned commissioners menial duties which are out of their job descriptions. Who actually should be vilified? I think if there was any vilification, then Chebukati should be in the receiving end. But here is a case where now vilification is being directed to innocent persons who actually are practicing the democratic right as provided for by our Constitution. The chairman or the commissioners who came out to speak the truth, should we vilify the chairman or the commissioners who came out to speak the truth? So no matter how hard the situation was, they came out and spoke what needed to be spoken. I think they should be spared with the propagandas, because if they want to remove the commissioners, there is an outlaid or provided constitutional mechanism, petition the parliament. And we are also cautioning the parliament not to be used as a house where they are going to rubber stamp things that are not of significant or priority to the citizen. We have issues to deal with high inflations. We have issues to deal with health crisis. We are just healing from the corona menace. We've not gone through. Globally, everybody are putting measures. I think those should be the priority of the parliament, not running after innocent commissioners. But if anything needs to be done, then we should have a tribunal to look into this perennial electoral cancer, why we can't always have a clear, free, verifiable, credible electoral process. That should be the tribunal we're looking at. But if their focus are focusing on these other areas, the parliamentarians should focus on many challenges affecting Kenyans, beginning with the high cost of living, inflation, and competitive economy. They should use their energies where needed, not buying other politicians, intimidating people they do not like. That's not constitutional duty delegated to the winner of the election. Chief Justice Martha Koome questioned several developments at the Bomas, including the stoppage of streaming. The question hasn't been answered to date by Chebukati. Even as we await for the presidential election petition's full judgment from the Supreme Court, we are aware of the view that the retirement of Chebukati is coming soon by January, and the push for the IBC commissioners to be removed from the office is an open plan to have electoral commission controlled purely by the executive. And that is why, as is opponent in 2027, we can't wait to get to 2027 and we are sent to another Bomas of Kenya, which is a slaughterhouse. We need to protect these commissions and let them be free and independent. We feel if such precedents take place, there will be unethical. So the commissioners should be allowed to complete their terms as their actions do not amount to removal from office. If anything, they align with Chapter 6 of the Constitution on leadership and integrity. Punishing the just because the offenders went scot-free cannot be an agenda for the government of today. So Irungu Nyakera, we know, as an authority, has no authority whatsoever to lecture the 4 commissioners. He is an enemy of justice and freedom of expression and women. He should, first of all, apologize to all women and his sisters who we have public issues where is an individual who we should not take seriously, where matters of integrity is concerned and even respect of our constitution is concerned. The role he had with his own family is still in the public domain. And these are the people we cannot listen to at this hour. It is worrying that they are being used for packaging the worst IBC that will openly subvert the will of the people. This is unacceptable, and our independent view is that the opinion of the 4 commissioners must be respected. And therefore, the state, please, give them interview, listen to them. Let's not listen to Itumbi and his propaganda agent only. They also need to speak their end. We can make caricatures, we can make a lot of play around them, we can make a lot of games, but there's a truth they're speaking. Why don't we also bring that out? Isn't that fair? And I think if we are able to bring that out, then we would be able to help the citizen. But again, finally, on the Supreme Court verdict. In global history, we recently saw a petition with 9 issues being looked into by a bench of 7 judges, coming out with a unanimous verdict. In a global history, for once, 9 issues, all 7 judges, unanimous. And we're still wondering, and that's why we're really looking for the obiter dicta of this ruling. Why would they be so unanimous? And the verdict was kind of shallow, impolite, marked with the use of unjudicial words and street languages like hot air, wild goose chase, worthless pursuit, fool's errand, and so much more. How can such a decision be unanimous? This, in a way, may have affected the faith that Kenyans have in the Supreme Court And we hope that the hot air will not be substantiated, will be substantiated in the full judgment that is forthcoming. And if not, we are staring at the opposite of the rule of law, which is anarchy. Anytime Kenyans are chased away from the courts through words, actions, or judgments, we are preparing for a future where the rule of law will be ineffective. And this cannot be judicial system that we worked hard for, according to the Constitution. In conclusion, someone said, get over it. Even as we try to get over these issues, from objective perspective, proper introspection must be done to ensure that the future of our election is secured by the queries we make today and demands we push for tomorrow. Nobody runs away from their mistakes if they want to see change. This push over it, and that is why 2017, 207, and it keep just get over it. We need to find a mechanism to answer questions to the things we're getting over. And we need to see Hustler's cabinet in appointment of CSs and other government appointees. This is the time to see true hustlers. I would love to see a Mama Mboga in that cabinet this time. Not dynasty or political tumbocrats who are crossing all over to get to the parliament. I think this is the first time we are looking forward to an hustler's government. I want to see a Mkokoteni guy in that cabinet. I would like to see Mama Mboga in that cabinet. I need to see true hustlers. Failure to which they were peddling propagandas, and Kenya, we are going to hold them accountable. We will give credit where it is due, but we will strongly condemn anything that does not work towards making Kenya a great nation. So with those remarks, we wish the Kenya Kwanza government all the best in implementing its manifesto. We wish all Kenyans God's blessings and success in their various endeavors as we continue to build this nation of ours. And I know, should there be a question, we can also respond to them. But so far, that is our concern for today, which we would have loved to make sure that it reaches our fellow Kenyans and citizens who are looking forward to a prosperous nation that we are all dreaming of. If there's any question, we can take any question, and we will wish us a blessed day. And if there's no question, we'll call it over, and we'll thank you for coming, and we really appreciate your coming. No questions? There is? No. Okay. Okay. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. We have a Secretary General of National
Democracy Expansion Party.
National Democracy Expansion Party. A number of parties have goodwill and are supportive of this, especially political parties. Liaison Committee, we expected them here, and if they've not arrived, please receive their solidarity. They are together with us in this. Thank you so much. I really want to appreciate everyone. Isn't that okay?
God bless you.
God bless all of us, and have a fruitful day. Thank you. So, any comments? Want to have anything?
That was conclusive. Very nice.
Is it?
You need a copy of that.
Can we meet there?
President, can
Yes.
we get a copy of the speech?
Yes.
Do we have copies?
Should there be any question, Chris? You have a soft copy of
Get
the
hard
statement. I think you can share around. Thank you so much, everyone.